I figured I'd go ahead and get this out of the way now because, well, quite frankly, this is something that I figured, maybe the videos for this certain game will be getting a lot of views, and, so I figured I'd make a why I'm hyped for video, and I don't even think I have to say what game I'm doing this for. Like, okay, just look at the time frame. Next couple of weeks, you can guess. It's me, if you don't know who I am, then, like, seriously, go back and watch, like, one of my old videos. I bet I mentioned one of the games in this series. That's the Uncharted series. My favorite series of all time. Yeah. And I have a lot of games. I mean, like, not like half of, not even 1/10 of what Pete Dorr has, but I mean, I got, like, a full shelf of games, so, I mean, a good bit. And this, to be my favorite game series, is, and that another one's coming out, that's huge. And that's huge for almost everybody on PlayStation. Now, some people only play the second, and to that I say you guys suck, because the first one is a fantastic experience. But anyway, so what I liked about each individual and why I'm so hyped for the third one. Now, of course, the biggest thing is the single-player campaign. Now, of course, the second one did have a great, fantastic multiplayer that was fun and addictive to play. But the first one didn't have multiplayer, and it was still an amazing game, worth every cent I paid. These games, and same with the second one, if it didn't have multiplayer, it would have still been worth every single cent. These games are just fantastic even without the multiplayer at all. And now that it's even got multiplayer, and now that the third one's multiplayer is even, like, better than the second one in certain ways. Now, we haven't seen all of it yet, so we don't know the full thing, but what we've played, it's pretty freaking amazing. So, I mean, but of course, even without that, these games are still amazing. Now, of course, the single-player campaign they have always been phenomenal. Starting with the first one, everybody who knows me knows how I feel about the first one. I loved the first one. I loved the environments. They were beautiful. They were limited, but for a, very good storytelling reason. They were beautiful, fun to look at in my opinion. The graphical style was great. Not many colors, disappointing, yes, but they did find ways to really make, you love just every minute of what you're seeing. And I know I did. I don't know about you guys, but for me, it really, from like the jungle to the temples, or not really, yeah, I guess, sort of like castles, sort of like that, not really temples, because temples are a little more wooden, but, or that's what I think when I think temple. And then, and then from to the, like, underground U-boat, area, which was great, just every second of it, and then to the boat on the ocean, just phenomenal. Every second made you immersed in the campaign. The storytelling was spot on. Just everything about it. The story was phenomenal. The gameplay was so much fun. The gameplay was not, like, the biggest leap, but it combined, like, some games, like, sort of, I mean, I can sort of say this, I will say this, Tomb Raider and Gears of War, with the Gears of War cover and shoot, and the Terminator, or not Terminator, wow, I want to say Terminator for some reason, but the Tomb Raider puzzles and platforming, they combined the greatest aspects of those two games, and just made the gameplay phenomenal and fun to play. I mean, those are two very well-known and great series. Both of those series are great, and, I mean, for, those who like them. So, of course, adding both of them together was a phenomenal idea, and then sort of giving it an Indiana Jones twist on the story was just great. And it was like a long, fun campaign, great visual story, everything. And then, even on to the second one, even after they added multiplayer, they added something, and they were still able to create a single player that is just as long as the first. I haven't been able to time it, but I'm pretty sure that it's just as long, if not maybe a couple, like an hour to 30 minutes longer, or an hour to 30 minutes shorter, whichever. It's within very close range. And so they even added the multiplayer, upped the visuals tenfold. They just made the visuals phenomenal. Great storytelling. They kept the phenomenal story. They improved upon the gameplay, and they added a little more depth to the environment. Now, don't get me wrong. I still love the first one. I actually prefer the first one in some aspects, such as story, in my opinion. That's just me, though. But they still upped this, like, so much in terms of graphical styling, like graphical, like styling, and just the textures and all the mechanical stuff behind the graphics. They upped all that and still kept the phenomenal story. Even upped the gameplay and added a multiplayer. They spent, you can tell that they put every waking moment into this game, making it as best as possible as they could for the seller. And I mean, it's won so many awards. Even before it was released at E3 2009, it won, I think, like 20 to 30 awards just at E3. And then when it came out, there was like, I think, like up to 30 flawless reviews, up to 30 perfect 10s, and those that weren't perfect 10s were like 9.5s, 4.5s out of 5, you know, really, really high score, 8.5, or not 9.8, you know, stuff like that, you know, stuff really close to 10 that was like as close as it can possibly get, because some reviewers, of course, just don't like to give 10s, and, I mean, understand, and like, so, and even after that, it won a bunch of Game of the Year awards, other awards that weren't even Game of the Year awards, such as Best Graphics, you know, all these other stuff. There's a bunch of awards. This game was, like, praised by the video game industry. You know, every PS3 owner that has played this game has loved it. I only know, I mean, I can only say of one person that I know that didn't like it, and the only reason he doesn't like it is he doesn't like these types of stories. He doesn't like the Indiana Jones type thing. And that's sort of understandable. I mean, I don't see how he could look past that and see the amazing graphics and gameplay, but that's just him. He's kind of weird with that kind of stuff. But, I mean, and I'm sure there's other people that don't like it, but for those that, for like almost over half of the video game industry just loves this game. It is praised. And for obvious reasons, Naughty Dog, you just can tell that they have put all the effort that they can into making both of these games phenomenal. And to know that they're coming out with a third one, and to have seen some of the stuff that they're putting in there, it blows my mind. It makes me feel like I can trust them in whatever game they make next. Even not have playing Uncharted, I can almost guess that it'll be a perfect game. I can almost guess that it is going to win at least one Game of the Year award, even with all the other contenders. Now, don't get me wrong, all the other contenders, very high, and I mean, but just knowing how amazing Naughty Dog is at making these games, even in such short of time. I mean, I'm not saying that 2 years is a short time. It is pretty short, because, I mean, some of the contenders that are up against this game have been developed for multiple years. And to see that this game that has only been developed for 2 years is going up against them, and still stands pretty high chances, is just phenomenal. Or the third one, not this one, sorry. But, and I can almost, and being able to have personally experienced the multiplayer, not the full, but gameplay-wise and, you know, a couple other stuff-wise, full multiplayer, it's already phenomenal. What they've shown us with the single player, if any of you have seen it, you know how amazing it looks. Everything about Uncharted 3, I can almost guarantee you, I will personally guarantee you, that it is going to be phenomenal. And everybody who plays it is not going to regret 1 second or 1 penny that they spent on that game. I can guarantee you, and that is why I am hyped for Uncharted 3, because I know that Naughty Dog is going to pour their heart and their soul into this freaking game, just like they did with the past 2 games. And I just cannot wait for this game so much. I mean, like, being able to have seen the visuals in person, seen all the, like, know what the story behind, not the full story, but, you know, parts of the story, just, and knowing what they're putting into it, just knowing how good Naughty Dog is at this, and already have seen a couple of reviews for it, you know, such as 9.9, 10, that just already right there guarantees you that this is going to be an amazing game. That is why I am hyped for Uncharted 3. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. More videos coming soon, and tell me what you liked or didn't like about this video in the comment section below. And tell me what your thoughts on Uncharted 3 are, or whether you're hyped for it or not. And, you know, please, I love hearing other people's opinions and trying to, you know, see, you know, I love it. So please, if you can, leave a comment below describing, you know, what your thoughts on Uncharted 3 and any other games that you're hyped for, and any other videos that you would suggest for me. So, thank you guys, and bye.